1980, in a remote village in southern India, an American show business family filmed a documentary about a world-famous holy man who 50 million people call God. What they uncovered was anything but godly.
The documentary A Man Called God tells the story of a family trapped in a cult. And one of the men behind the film is actor Kristoff St. John, who stars in CBS's The Young and the Restless. And we love having you here this morning, Kristoff. And this has been some compelling stuff, this documentary you're working on. You were 14 years old. How did your family wind up in India?
Listen, that was 34 years ago. We were Hindu for quite some time, even before that. But my stepmom found out about this man, Satya Sai Baba. She had been, you know, coming out of the 60s and the 70s, you had people that were really yearning and searching for God. And so this particular individual, Sai Baba, who's recognized by 50 million followers globally. He was a global phenomenon even back then. He had people like the Beatles going to see him, Prince Charles, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, the King of Nepal. So he was well received by a lot of people, and my parents got caught up in it, and I did too. And so we went to India. We stayed there for about 4 months and got caught in this cult.
You had mentioned that the experience for your family was just horrifying.
Yeah, well, of course it was. I mean, after we realized just the danger, what we were involved with, the corruption, the deception, this man has total mind manipulation over his followers. And again, having that many followers, you can understand when you talk about people like Jim Jones, David Koresh, Marshall Applewhite, people who have taken advantage of other people. You know, the weak-minded, the spiritually weak-minded, the people who are searching for something. And they find and they latch on to a man like this. You know, and he doesn't stand for all Hindus. I want to be perfectly clear. He embraces all religions because he wants to bring people into his fold. And that's what he did with us. You know, my parents were very much searching for the spiritual way out.
How do you think people get caught up in cults?
Again, to reiterate, mind control. It's very easy to sell your soul to something that you're unaware of what's really going on behind closed doors. I mean, you have Jim Jones, who in Guyana, he took control of what, 900, almost 1,000 people, and he seduced them, literally seduced them to drink cyanide-laced Kool-Aid.
Sure.
You know, that's all about manipulation and people who are searching.
Is this man still alive, and where is he today?
Sai Baba died 3 years ago as of this past week. But his organization still flourishes in the south of India. His organization is worth $9 billion. And we talk about corruption from the Prime Minister of India, not the current one, and the President of India, again, not the current one, but people who are in high hierarchy, upper echelon positions in governments that have followed this man, that look the other way when it comes to the corruption. This man he's a pedophile.
I have a quick question for you before we wrap up here is, why did it take 34 years to see this documentary?
Well, we were big fans of Sai Baba back in 1980 and had been for some years. And when we shot this footage, my dad had the wherewithal to shoot this documentary, but we were all big fans. We followed him and we didn't know what to do with the footage once I found out what was going on, you know, in the inner belly of the beast. And so it sat there for many, many years in cold storage, and finally, my father, after cutting together a couple of different disjointed Fred Fellini versions, gave me the footage, and I put it together, and this is what we're doing now. We won at the Beverly Hills Film Festival last night. We won Best Overall Documentary and Best Film, which is an amazing thing. We won 2 awards.
Well, you know him from The Young and the Restless, Kristoff St. John. Now you know him from A Man Called God. You can find out more information about this wonderful film on our website, cbsla.com.
Looking forward to seeing this. And you can watch The Young and the Restless weekdays at 11:30 a.m. right here on CBS 2. Thanks so much.